I've made a ton of these little docs because I figure after the after my court case, there's no nobody reads any legal docs, which I guess I get because they're complicated or boring or whatever. But it's annoying to me because anybody can say anything in a blog post, but when it comes to putting stuff in writing, you kind of have to be a little bit more precise and not completely lie about what you're saying. Some of this is background facts. In paragraph 23, in the original complaint, Doe writes, on January 20th, right after plaintiff announced publicly, that's Doe, Pixie, that she would sue Bonnell, one of his followers reached out to plaintiff and told her that Bonnell had sent the video to her sister about 2 months earlier. The follower informs plaintiff that she believes Bonnell is still sending her sister sexually explicit videos of other women without their consent. This like double hearsay claim where it's like somebody reaches out and tells her that somebody else told them something, maybe triple hearsay, I thought was interesting. I noticed that this like claim comes up like a few times. She mentioned the same person's testimony again in her motion for a temporary restraining order. Although Bonnell has only explicitly admitted to sending the video to Rose, he has intentionally and recklessly shared the video with others as well, without plaintiff's knowledge or consent, even after the video was published on the pornography sites and after his alleged remorse. Indeed, on or about January 9th, 2025, Bonnell was communicating with one of his fans, Hannah Brooke, on the Discord platform and offered to send her the video. This is a lie, and her exhibit doesn't even allege that, but okay. Also, in January 2025, one of plaintiff's followers informed her that Bonnell had sent the video to the follower's sister about 2 months earlier. So it changed from my follower to, I guess now it's Pixie's follower. And then in this docket entry 84, comes up again here. One of these individuals, whose screen name was redacted, we have still not been provided this unredacted document, by the way, which is in violation of civil procedure rules, but who the fuck cares, I guess, told me that the defendant sent the video depicting me to their sister just a few months ago. This individual and their sister, as well as other individuals who had initially contacted me, completely deleted their accounts after Destiny posted his video on YouTube entitled, Destiny Addresses His Lawsuit. So I don't know what to make of this. This individual and their sister, so were you in contact with both of them? If so, why are you only citing the individual and not the sister as well? Like, did you reach out? But okay. When we had our hearing, by the way, they admitted at our hearing, I can't read you the transcript yet because it hasn't been ruled on yet, but at the hearing, they admitted that every single one of those 15 people deleted their accounts, by the way. Doe has never provided a screenshot of this statement, despite the crucial necessity of it to bring the alleged conduct into statute range. Personally, I believe this statement was knowingly fabricated. I think that they faked this statement. I think that this is completely and utterly faked. We'll get to that. In the original complaint at paragraph 12, unbeknownst to plaintiff at the time, on or about October 4th, 2022, Bonnell disseminated through electronic means one of the videos to a 19-year-old woman using the screen name Rose. This October 4th date is incorrect, but the law that they're trying to sue me under was active then, and it wasn't active on April 9th, or April 10th, when the video was actually sent. So they're lying about this date. Now, in court, they tried to say that there was some debate over what the actual date was. They're pretending that they're just not sure. However, if you look at the evidence that they cite for their declaration, they love, by the way, half of this court is literally just them copy-pasting shit from Kiwi Farms. If you look at what they actually sourced this from, 1004 is where they say that this particular video was linked. But if you look at the dates, what is 2704? Are there 27 months in a year? They know, they should have known, and they literally have it submitted in their own evidence. I wish I would have seen this. Oh no, this wasn't even submitted as part of the complaint. But they can see here that the dates are clearly in a European format. Or this person thinks that there are 30 months in a year, I guess. I think that Lauren, helped Pixie lie in the submission for all of this evidence, because I think that Lauren knew that the case wouldn't survive the motion to dismiss unless they lied about the date of this transfer. I think that they knew that this complaint is DOA because on a motion to dismiss, you have to assume that everything in the complaint is real and true. The judge doesn't weigh the evidence. So I think that they put this in here, and then they have that like supporters reached out whose sister said they have those two claims in there. So this date one, I think they knowingly lied about that based on their own submissions. Okay. But we continue on. One thing that I stated in the past is that at the at the same time that Pixie started to change a lot on Discord. Like she was clearly assuming a blackmail slash litigious posture. Lauren just messages me this out of fucking nowhere. What you did was evil. I've never hated anyone so much. I thought at this point that maybe they were working a lot in the background, although obviously I can't prove that. But then when the Give Send Go was finally published, I saw that obviously that Lauren was the one who made it. It's like, oh, okay. Digging through the DMs from that were posted on that one video between Aaron and President Sunday, I could see that Pixie had already spoken to, if Aaron is conveying it correctly, Pixie had already spoken to multiple lawyers. So these were Aaron's messages to President Sunday. And she's discouraged from pursuing a legal route after speaking with a lawyer who specializes in cybercrime / revenge porn. And they told her that the hacker is more at fault legally than Steven, which is why she wants to go public about it. She feels like there's not going to be any legal justice and doesn't want him to get away with it. President Sunday asked, why is she talking to Kyla then? And then Aaron says, because she started to get impatient and was discouraged by what the 2 lawyers she spoke to said. So I guess she spoke to a couple lawyers about this, who both told her that she didn't really have a case. These are very, very, very hard to read, but, well, not very, very hard, but they're kind of hard to read. I had to take them from
the leaks,
this section of the video, so I'm just going by whatever. I don't know who this guy is, Copenseed. So, but I mean, you can make it out. So Pixie says, yeah, but she didn't really seem interested in the case. I don't think she really knew about something public disclosure of private facts. Oh, Florida's public disclosure of private facts law. It's one of the private causes of action. This is stupid civil cause of action. She was stuck at the cyber sexual harassment, which I don't think Steven would qualify for. So it's interesting that Pixie admits here that she doesn't believe that what I did was cybersexual harassment. They did include it in their lawsuit anyway, though. But that's a direct admission of her saying that I probably didn't do this because that's pretty fucking obvious. I might actually get the same lawyer who works for Kiwi Farms, she says. Aaron says, that sucks. What gave you that impression? I don't know if that's a frowny face or something. Pixie says, she was talking to me about a case like this wouldn't be taken by contingency, and that it seemed like the real bad actor was the person who posted it on Kiwi Farms, not Steven, even though it was only posted on Kiwi Farms because Steven sent it to that person. And he was grossly negligent of them. She also said the hardest thing to do was prove damages, which could be difficult to do, which I understand, but she had like a reasonable jury would, something for emotional distress and having thousands of people online talk down to me because of it or something. Okay. So it's interesting here that Pixie admits that like one of her civil causes of action is total bullshit. And then it also seems like, according to Aaron's earlier message, now I don't know if this was the same law firm and 2 lawyers or 2 different law firms, but so Pixie's spoken to multiple lawyers at this point who told her like, hey, yeah, this is probably a bullshit case, which is funny. So Pixie repeatedly says, and she says in her complaint, by the way, she lies in her complaint, which she does a lot, but that's okay. On or about January 20th, 2025, in desperation, plaintiff/Pixie goes online and announces that Destiny shared the videos without her consent or knowledge, and that she will be seeking legal recourse. She likes to present this story that she was like forced to go public on January 20th, and that like the videos like pressured her to do it. However, you can see back here on January 8th, Pixie already has this entire Substack written out. On November 29th, I learned that the streamer Destiny had non-consensually shared porn. Like she's already written this whole thing out at least 12 days before the 20th, right? So this was always going to be published. The idea that those videos forced it was bullshit. It's also obvious at this point she's not taking any advice from Aaron. Probably because Lauren is writing all of this for her. Update, she sent me a statement she wants to publish, but it's terrible. I think it's too long, blah, 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 right? So she's also saying back here, now this, I don't know what the date of these messages are. I'm guessing it's the same day, but on January 8th, Aaron is asking her, what day were you thinking about releasing it? Pixie says, in response to something else, no, I don't think you do that because I think it would look worse. I mean, anything you guys have, No, I mean, the most I can think of is the Virginia stuff or Nas, but I have trouble seeing how he would do that in a way that doesn't make him look worse for trying to deflect. I don't even know what they're talking about here. And then, so in response to what day we think about releasing it, Pixie says, could I talk to my lawyer first, send a demand letter, and based on his response to said letter, release it. I originally wanted to do it by next week, but it seems unlikely. So again, this was like always the plan. Have I mentioned anything about, I don't know if I've said any of this publicly yet. Have I mentioned anything about Pixie DMing me on the 18th? I think that Lauren is helping her significantly. And I think that she knows that the court case they're filing, she admits that at least one of the causes of action is bullshit. And she knows that the complaint wouldn't survive a motion to dismiss without any evidence. So remember, there's that one thing that keeps getting said over and over again, like a supporter's sister or a supporter's friend or whatever, okay? So on the 18th of January, Pixie sends me some post on Kiwi Farms of a person saying, this comment caused me to create an account because I wanted to be known that he, Destiny, has sent videos of himself having sex with Pixie to my friend. Now, they don't say sister, but they say to my friend. I don't expect anyone to believe me without proof, but I am so grossed by the actions. I couldn't hold it in while watching people speculate this. He is reckless at best and a predator at worst. I think he sends these videos to make them feel like he's a viable sex partner because he has sex with many girls. I feel so bad for Pixie and I hope she gets the help she needs. My friend would never post the videos, but I don't know if he sent this to more people and what they would do with her. Her face is clearly visible, ... So she sends me this message, and then after she says, I need to know how many people. I'm not joking, Steven. If something else of mine gets leaked and I don't have the mental heads up / fortitude surrounding it, I will 100% kill myself. I can't continue to live my life every morning, waking up sick to my stomach, wondering if someone is going to blast the most vulnerable and intimate parts of my life for thousands to see. So this is on January 18th, about a day and a half before they actually filed the complaint. At the time, I thought, I don't think so. KF people are always going to shit her. Reading them probably doesn't help anything much. So I don't really know why she's whatever. I think that Lauren told her that they need to have something and that the best case scenario is for me to admit some other kind of wrongdoing or to admit something that like, oh no, like we have to get him on something. I think that this was kind of like a Hail Mary last ditch effort to fish for me to admit to doing something that I haven't done. And this was sent on January 18th. So I don't remember what I was thinking about. It was something to do with Trump, I think. I think it was a meme where I think I was just thinking of like a debate thing. Like what would, like if Trump was trying to destroy America, what would he do? Sometimes when you're trying to think of like, if a person is lying or doing something bad, you, instead of just thinking of like what they've done, think about like, well, what if they were of a different state of mind, what would they actually do? So something that I thought was really interesting was that both parties are allowed to issue subpoenas, and we have to make subpoenas available to the other side to see what they're subpoenaing for. They subpoenaed Kiwi Farms. They never asked for information, though, about this account. And I thought that was very strange because there are accounts that they do ask for information for. And this one claimed to have had firsthand knowledge, or secondhand, I guess I would say, of somebody else receiving videos of the plaintiff. Well, that's kind of weird. Wouldn't you really want to know who this was? It seems like it'd be important, right? So then I went back and I looked at this account, and then I see this account joined Kiwi Farms at 8:07 p.m. on January 18th. And then I see that the first comment that it made at 8:19 p.m., 12 minutes later. And then I see that at 9:24 p.m., about an hour later, Pixie is messaging me a screenshot of a message from this account. Now, if this was November or early December, when this first leaked, I could maybe buy it that she's constantly refreshing the page. But this is a little bit hard to believe that this account that has only made 4 posts ever on Kiwi Farms, all 4 in my thread, 3 on the same day, and then 1 on the 22nd, that she saw this post, screenshotted it, and sent it to me about an hour after the creation of the account. And then the account has gone quiet since. If you click through the posts that this account makes, they do something that's kind of strange. They really like to use ellipses of varying length, and they put a space afterwards before their next character. So here we have 4 periods and a space, 4 periods and a space. This ends with 4 periods. This one has 5 periods. This post that they make ends with a 3-period ellipse. This post that they made has a 3-period ellipse and a space before the next character. Ends with a 3-period ellipse. I don't remember if this was ever publicly announced or not, but that post that was made a long time ago saying, Farmer Bro Martin Shkreli systematically abusing groups of women without anyone noticing. So Lauren told me privately, this was her account. She's the one who made this post, and then she deleted it afterwards. But I noticed when going through her account, she also types like this. Thank you, 1, 2, 3, 4, space. That's so sweet. 1234 space, yeah. 1234 space, I. 123 space, how do I do that? 12 space, IDK. 123 space, girls. 123 space, now. 123 space. And then I also have found the same, if you go back through posts on Twitter, she also types like this 123 space, but 123 space, but IDK, what to tell you. I'm like 82% sure that this account was just created by Lauren. I think that she told Pixie that she was going to make this account and then post this publicly so that they would have at least something kind of to stand on for their complaint. And I think the reason why they didn't ask Kiwi Farms about this account when they subpoenaed it is because if they got that information from Kiwi Farms, they'd have to turn it over to us. And the only thing it could ever show is that it belonged to one of those two. I think that's why she was able to message me an hour after it posted. I think she told her, I'm going to make this account, post this thing, send a screenshot to Steven, see if you can get him to admit that he did something else because we don't really have anything else for this complaint. Tell him you'll kill himself if he doesn't say anything. And I think that's why it types similarly to her as well. Is there any way you can prove this? I think that Kiwi Farms doesn't hold information for more than a couple months. And I think that, so I don't think I could ever really 100% like prove any of it, unfortunately. How did you figure this out? I thought back to the subpoena that they sent to Kiwi Farms and I remembered, why didn't they subpoena about this account? That's so crazy to me. I don't know why you wouldn't want all the information you could on somebody who's claiming to have gotten these videos, but especially with Lauren coaching her so much in the background and knowing that they had nothing. And so now at this point where they're trying to amend the complaint, they're trying to add the Abby stuff, which they also know is a lie because again, I can't read you the transcript directly, but in court, they admitted that they had no evidence of me sending Abby anything. She said that under oath. It's just, it's like the whole goal is to just drag this out like as much as possible. That's it. But anyway, what a meme. Can you subpoena KF about that account too, just to see? I don't know if we will or not. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Joshua says that they only hold stuff for like a month or whatever the minimum is. But if there is anything I can do to push any of this to Lauren, I think she would, considering she already had trouble getting licensed, right? Because she failed her initial character and fantasy val. It would be, yeah, I saw her posting this shit. I mean, not everyone is a lawyer, but most people know the law enough to not face major lawsuits and get sued by major corporations, especially when your career relies on people liking you, cheering on one of the most tragic stories ever, with precious lives lost is a choice too. My dream would be getting her disbarred over any of this, but I don't know how, yeah. Yeah, this one was Lauren De Laguna as well. I don't have any inside info about this, but woman claims she narrowly escaped clutches of reality TV doctor and accused rapist.
He just kept trying to rip my clothes off, and I kept saying, you know, like, I'm not ready for that.
A woman is coming forward to say she narrowly escaped becoming another victim of handsome surgeon Grant Robichaux. The doctor is now charged with drugging and sexually assaulting 2 women, allegedly with the help of his girlfriend, Sarissa Riley. Police believe there could be many more victims. Lauren Hayden says she met the doctor on the dating app Tinder. She says she left his house in Newport Beach, California after he became way too aggressive.
I just remember kept trying to retie my top and trying to keep it on, and him trying to grab it off and being like, what are you doing? What part of no did you not understand?
My name's Grant.
Dr. Robichaux appeared on Bravo's online dating rituals of the American male.
I'm looking for perfection, and I definitely will not and don't want to settle.
He was even named Orange County's most eligible bachelor.
I want to get married one time. I want to have just one family.
On his online dating profile, he went by In Good Hands. Even on the show, one itch.
He's dark skeletons in that closet.
Kanya
Put up large craters, save doctor and other women.
showed the great
I am pursuing a teaching credential.
videos that his girlfriend posted on YouTube show the great-looking couple lounging beachside and vacationing in Mexico. Prosecutors believe they may have gone to music festivals like the victim.
Deplorable.
Attorneys for both.
He's disgusting.
Of their potential prey.
He's disgusting. He's deplorable. He's like he's a monster.
I can't prove it. Can't prove it. But it really makes you think. Weird she has the same script for Martin, you, and this guy. Did she accuse Martin of assaulting her? Technically, they haven't accused me of assaulting anybody yet, but do you think that Lauren and Pixie were capable of this level of unhingedness before they turned? Lauren, maybe. I don't know if Pixie would be this unhinged, but like I said, I think if you have nothing else going on in your life, then maybe, who knows?